Cinematic Shuffle has shuffled once again. Now, last week, if you tuned into the Cinematic Shuffle, you would have seen that I gave you 3 hints as to what this film was going to be. I said that 1, it was a movie that was released sometime between the late 80s and early 90s, that it was a paranormal comedy, and that the main character's name was Elliot. As you can see, the film in question is a Bill Cosby film, Ghost Dad. Now, before you start judging me on this one, I did grow up with this film, and I have seen it so many times in my life. So for me, at the very least, the nostalgia runs high for Ghost Dad, meaning that I have trouble sometimes finding issues with it in general, but I'll do my best and let's get cracking. Ghost Dad ultimately stars Bill Cosby as Elliot Hopper, a successful businessman that spends more time in the office than he does at home. That is until he gets into the camp of a devil worshipper and he ends up at the bottom of a river. The next thing he knows, he's a ghost. And before he can step into the light, he needs to finish a few things up with his family first, which includes heading into work as a ghost. Humorous hijinks ensue.
It sounds like,
a glass.
toast. You're toasting
Toast.
something. Okay, it sounds like toast. Sounds like toast.
Toast. A ghost? He's a
Like I said, I grew up with not only Ghost Dad, but Bill Cosby in general. I probably saw the entire series of both The Cosby Show and his other sitcom. I think that was just called Cosby. Not only that, but I also saw him live during one of his stand-up routines on my birthday one year. I think I read one of his books too. Needless to say, when all of that controversy surrounding the actions he took in live came up, I was in disbelief. And a part of me will probably always struggle to believe it. I typically disconnect from the real world anyway when watching a movie. So when I watch movies like this, I don't feel like I'm watching Bill Cosby as much as I'm watching his character, Elliot Hopper, otherwise known as that one time he played a ghost. And to be honest, when it comes down to ghost movies in general, you can't really scoot around the fact that this is one of the more original approaches to ghosts in movies that I've personally ever seen. The way that Bill brings his flavor of humor to this character, at least for me, was welcome. Because without it, the movie just wouldn't work. It wouldn't be as bizarre as it is. Bizarre in a good way. How he can't speak normally, but rather has to communicate through telepathy, but still use his mouth to lip sync so people don't think he's crazy, is gold. The fact that it always has to be dark wherever he is because he can't be seen in the light for whatever reason, also paves way for a lot of comedic moments. The invisible man stuff, the traveling through the phone line thing to threaten his daughter's boyfriend. It's all great and massively nostalgic for me. The music is also the very first thing that you hear in this movie, and once again, it's another piece of nostalgia for me because even that is really unique all around and does a great job mimicking the emotions that you're supposed to feel from scene to scene. Rotten Tomatoes, though, has this at an incredibly rotten rating of 6% with an average score of 3 out of 10. And I just don't get it. To me, that means that when they were making the movie, they were tasked with doing 100 things correctly, and they failed on 97 of them, and that makes literally no sense to me. To me, I like the casting. I can't imagine anybody else in these roles. I like the heart of the story when it comes down to the family. I like the humor and how it's well balanced between dialogue and physical humor alike. I love the original score, and I especially like the unique and original take on ghosts that this film takes. It is far better than 6% or 3 out of 10, however you want to look at it. Give me a break. You're allowed not to like Bill Cosby. You're allowed to stay away from his projects. I wouldn't blame you, but at least be fair and give credit where it's due. Maybe I'm just crazy. Let's go ahead and break down my final score for a second, which I scored Ghost Dad a B+ letter grade. Final overall score of 82%. 82 out of 100 possible stars, which is something that both my unbiased and biased scores absolutely agree with across the board. I think that they had an idea for a film, and what they ended up with was exactly what they sought after. That deserves a praise. My original score for this film was 90% actually, but this was, before my current rating model, and I just kind of went with whatever my gut instinct wanted me to say. And when you have something that's so deeply rooted in nostalgia, that score is going to be higher than it should be. I do think, though, that the dip in the score is a lot more believable and realistic, and most importantly, fair. What about you guys? Have you seen Bill Cosby's Ghost Dad? If you have, I'd love to hear your feedback on what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Did you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know. And as for YouTube, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell to be notified when I come out with my next video for the Cinematic Shuffle. And until then, peace out.